Yeah, so we are in Altadena and Pasadena, and we're kind of taking a look block by block at where the destruction is and where it isn't. Some of those areas, some of these neighborhoods that are just completely destroyed. And this is actually my first time being over the Eaton Fire destruction. I've spent the past few days over the Palisades Fire destruction, and that was shocking, and that was mind-boggling. And this too is I'm having the same kind of shock and awe moment looking at this destruction. You're looking at that's El Molino Avenue. So El Molino Avenue is a north-south that runs through Pasadena, and then it goes up straight through the mountains. That's the intersection on the right side of your screen of El Molino and Mariposa Street. If we widen out a little bit and continue coming to the north, you'll be able to see that's Lake Avenue. That's the famous Lake Avenue that runs through the eastern side of downtown Pasadena and continues north. And it's just destruction on both sides of Lake Avenue. Some of these bigger strip malls, for some reason, they have been spared, but others are a complete loss. And as we widen out the shot and continue moving a little bit towards the west down Altadena Drive, there's just a lot more destruction there. St. James Place, Santa Anita Avenue, Marengo Avenue, Raymond Avenue, Emerson Way, everything in the vicinity of Los Forest Drive and Fair Oaks Drive. Marcel, if we can push in a little bit on Loma Alta Drive and Fair Oaks Drive, tilt up a little bit there. That whole area of that whole community, it looks like, people have said it looks like a hurricane, it looks like a tornado came through, it looks like a bomb went off. Those are all appropriate descriptions as we kind of go down southbound on Fair Oaks Avenue. Starting from the hillsides and coming north, the amount of destruction, I can't find the words right now. It is mind-boggling to look at this, for me at least, for the first time.
Are you seeing active fire on that side of the fire, on that western edge? You said that you were near Fair Oaks. That is almost the western edge of this fire. And with wind event coming on Monday, you'd really like to not see any kind of fire. So are you seeing anything that would be burning that could cause problems for people who survived the first round of this?
Well, the good news is right now, I don't see any active plumes of smoke coming from the Eaton Fire right now. I am hearing that there is some fire activity going on the other side of Mount Wilson. That's on the other side. There's Mount Wilson there, the Mount Wilson Observatory. That was affected, I believe, on Thursday or Friday. All the days just kind of bleed together here, but Thursday or Friday, the fire made a run up Mount Wilson, and it actually knocked out our transmissions tower up there. There's a lot of transmission and communication towers for TV stations and law enforcement up on this mountaintop, so that became an issue. Our transmitter got knocked out, but we were able to restore service to our transmitter. So if you watch us with an antenna, and a decent amount of people do, it's quicker than starting a stream or something like that. So a lot of people still watch us with an antenna. You were not able to for about 24 hours a few days ago. So we had service restored on that. But to get to your point, Philip, the fire has gone up and over Mount Wilson, skipped over the observatory. It appears the transmitter sites on top and the observatory are safe, and the fire is now on the other side of the mountain, away from Altadena and away from Pasadena. Not to say that anybody's out of the woods yet. Nobody should let their guard down. Obviously, with multiple wind events still on the way, we don't want to let our guard down at all. And just looking at this destruction, you see why. But the good news that I can tell you right now is I don't see any active major plumes of smoke, just a little bit of smoke hanging on the other side of the mountain, away from the communities of Pasadena and Altadena right now. So that's I hope is some good news that I can bring you right now as we continue to look at some of these using our sky map here. Homewood Drive, Altadena Drive. There are a couple of homes still standing on some of these streets. So you could see there's one there on the corner of Porter and Gaywood that looks like maybe it sustained a little bit of damage, but maybe otherwise still standing. There's a home there also on Porter. We'll try and widen out and get a little bit of a cross street there for you. But it's near Porter and Homewood Avenue. So there are still, especially as we start moving a little bit towards the west side of Pasadena, there are still homes in this area that somehow survived the inferno. And that's some great news here. But then you widen out and look at some of these other plots of communities that entire city blocks are completely flattened. And I can't get over how shocking that is to see from the air.
Without a doubt. And also, I want to point out, even though we're not seeing flames and a lot of smoke right now visible, we did hear from the Department of Public Health earlier today in a press conference telling folks that the air quality is still very poor. The AQMD, there's a smoke advisory that's supposed to expire today, this afternoon, but the county public health representative was saying that is expected to be extended. A local health emergency has been declared, and the LA County Department of Public Health is providing N95 masks for those who need them. So if you need to be out and about, or if you're going to be returning to your home, when the time comes to sift through things, they are saying definitely mask up. N95 masks, very important. Also, they are offering, they will have available 5,000 HEPA air purifiers. You can get some of these things or access to them at county evacuation sites. Pasadena Convention Center, I believe, if I remember correctly, is one of those locations where they will be handing out N95 masks.